Hi.
Hi.
Thank you for letting me interview you for your silent counselling testimonial. I'm really grateful to you for experiencing the sessions with me and for coming on and sharing that with the world, because I think the world needs to hear your story and your journey with it. So let's begin. Can you share a little bit about who you are and maybe about how or who you were before you started the silent counselling?
Yeah, so I'm Morgan. I'm a mum of two kids. I had my first child when I was 17. Um, so yeah, a young mum. I am currently working as well, and I've always been somebody that's had up and downs in my life. I've been, you know, always like this, up and down with mental health, and kind of as long as I can remember, I've had all different sorts of things. I went to CAMS as a child and all the different things, tried everything. And I feel like over the years I kind of lost myself as a person. Like I used to always be like a happy, like just was always happy, nothing bothered me, and I was in my own bubble. And then but over the years I do feel like I've kind of lost myself, and it was something I was longing to get back. I wanted to get back to being that happy, kind, like just me again. I always felt like I wasn't me for so long. For so many years I felt like I wasn't me. Um so yeah, it was that was it, and I was struggling with I've got ADHD. I've struggled on and off with depression most of my life as well, and anxiety as well.
So
Um
life was pretty tough.
yeah.
What would you describe yourself as, or who would you describe yourself as before you started the sessions? Were you a happy-go-lucky person, or were you what you said was sort of maybe a bit
Lost. I
more
was lost.
withdrawn?
I was somebody who was lost. I was really withdrawn. My friends, my family were all starting to notice that. They were all saying like, "You're just not you anymore." Like my friend, like my best friend, would say like she couldn't like really even have a conversation with me because it just wouldn't flow, because I was just not. I was so withdrawn. Like I was kind of
Mm.
in survival kind of modes. Definitely was in survival modes.
Yeah. So how were these sort of challenges affecting your everyday life? Were there things that you stopped doing or enjoying, or
A lot of things. I noticed that even the things that I love most, doing things like even spending time with the kids, that like doing simple things, I just wasn't even enjoying it anymore. I was just so like I didn't want to be doing anything. I was completely lost, as I say. I was just I was finding everyday tasks a struggle. Um, Everything felt like.
can you talk about a little bit about like the physical symptoms that you were experiencing?
Yeah, I felt my body felt so heavy, like so heavy, even to like lift my arms felt just heavy. I could feel this pain in my chest constantly. I just I knew that I wasn't right. I knew that I was going like kind of down quite rapidly, was going down, and I didn't.
So what was it that sorry, was it that made you decide to try silent counselling, or was it because you were on doing other therapies at the time, or
So yeah, I decided to try the silent counselling because I was going to a private counsellor, but sadly she passed away. Um and I'm somebody that finds it really hard to trust people. And obviously, if you don't trust somebody, you can't open up to them. So like
no?
the thought of getting another counselor just wasn't. I just couldn't handle the thought of that. I was like, the thought of that in my head. I was like, I can't do it. So obviously I've been and done the sound baths with you before, and I really enjoy them. And they're like that's kind of my go-to if I'm feeling down. I like, oh, book a sound bath. So I was just looking on at like the kind of sound bath, and then I was like, oh, have a wee look at the other things you did, and then I read the silent counsel and I went, oh. And then whenever it said that you didn't have to like go into it, you didn't have to like basically open up about it, I was really intrigued about that. That's what like.
Yeah, I suppose once, like you said, with the counselor, you've already gone through that storytelling process, haven't you, to try and
Yeah.
unpick things, and then to have to start from scratch with somebody that doesn't know you and doesn't know the story. I can imagine that's really difficult to have to then bring everything back up to the
Yeah.
surface from the beginning. And I imagine that would take many, many, many weeks of therapies to go through everything. And it almost feels like you would be back at the beginning.
Yeah, it was years. So but the reason that I started going to the private counsellor was because whenever I was pregnant with my son, I got attacked. and
Oh,
it left me with huge trauma.
yeah,
It was really a horrible time in my life, and it was something that I've never got over. I don't think even anything will ever truly get me over that. But that was what made me start the counselling, like the private counselling. And obviously that was years of counselling that I went through with her. Like
yeah.
I'm not sure how many, like 3, 4 years it must have been.
Wow.
So it was a long time with her, so it was a long time like talking to the same person. And then
Yeah.
obviously what happened was the person that attacked me, she started coming into my work, and I couldn't, I was dreading going to work every day. I didn't want to go to work. I was feeling awful. It was horrible. And
Oh,
as I said, I knew something needed to be done because obviously I love my job and I wanted to continue my job.
yeah.
But without, honestly, without silent counselling, I don't think I would have been able to do that.
That's unbelievable. I mean, how did it, you mentioned about um one of the things that that drew you in was the fact that you didn't have to go and talk about that. So
Yeah.
how did it feel in those sessions to be supported in the silence? Did anything surprise you about the process?
It really did. I felt so safe, and I didn't like normally whenever would go to counselling, I'd feel so vulnerable, and I hate that's the feeling I don't like. I don't like the feeling of feeling vulnerable, and I'd never felt vulnerable. I felt calm. Obviously, like a lot of emotions did come up, and you feel different emotions, but ultimately, I felt safe and I felt calm.
Yeah, it's unusual, isn't it, to be because there's a screen between because they're online,
Yeah,
and you almost get to feel safe because you're in your own space. You're not having
yeah.
to go out anywhere, and it's more comfortable. So, how has silent counseling changed things for you now? So, what differences maybe have you noticed in your body or your mind or your emotions, or what
I've
does your
noticed
daily life look like now?
it's a huge. I honestly cannot believe the difference it has made to my life. I feel like I've had like a proper awakening. I feel like that's what I feel. I feel obviously in my life I've had like wee ones where I go like, oh no, I can be happy now. But like this has like been solid since it. It's been like there's been no like proper downs. I've just been feeling I feel high on life really. I feel amazing. I feel so good. I feel like in here I feel happy. Like I just feel that happiness inside that I feel like I've not felt for so long.
Oh my gosh, that sounds so amazing. What have people said about so people have obviously noticed that surely the change in you.
Yeah.
So what have they said?
It's like a whole different person. That's what everybody says. Like they can't believe the difference, and um, like my friends have said, it's like I've got my friend back.
Oh, that's really lovely. And you only had how many sessions? Three?
3, yeah,
Unbelievable. 3 years of doing your counseling, you did 3 sessions in 3 weeks.
yeah,
Unbelievable. What it's just yeah, it blows my mind. So you talked a bit about anger in some of your sessions.
yeah.
Why do you think maybe silent counseling helped with that, where maybe other things didn't, or what do you do differently now with your emotions?
Well, you obviously gave me quite a few good like coping mechanisms, which I'd never like had before, and they really did help me. Like whenever I couldn't obviously get out of the situation, if I'm at work or whatever, I obviously
Yeah,
have to be there. I've got to be there, so I've got to, you know, think of something to be able to do. So you manage to give me techniques to be able to regulate my emotions like there and then, so that
yeah,
we're not having like the anxiety attacks or the anger like building up.
yeah. Wonderful. So who do you think you would recommend to silent counseling, or what would you say to someone who doesn't like to talk their problems?
You need to try silent counseling. If it's for me, that's what I mean. It's like it's gotta be for you, like because I'm somebody that also I kind of doubt things as well. I'm not like I wasn't too sure what to expect when I was coming in. Obviously, I trust you and all that. I knew that it wouldn't be like that, but I just went for it. And I went and fully trusting you and believing in it, and I can't believe the results. I really can't. Like
It's so wonderful because it's literally just three weeks, and you like
yeah,
oh, it's like switching on a light switch.
that's what it
Did you
feels like. It feels
notice?
like I've been switched switched on.
Yeah, did you notice things from even just the first session?
Yeah, I really did. I noticed a huge difference. I felt like I could breathe again from the first session. That's as I felt obviously I had a weight on my chest and it felt like you lifted the weight. Like my whole body honestly felt lighter. I was actually jumping, like actually jumping because I was like, my body actually feels so much lighter. This is like so strange. Like
From not being able to hold your arms to now bouncing
Yeah.
around like the Duracell
And I was like
bunny.
bouncing around.
Is there anything that you wish that more people knew about this kind of therapy?
But I can't believe that it's not more popular, that more people don't know about it. I had no idea about it. I've always like done research into things, trying to find like different ways of, coping with things, and it was something I've never came across until I met you. Like, is I've never heard of it at all. So I think it definitely needs to be more well known to people, and people need to like, yeah, trust it and go for it basically.
Absolutely, yeah. Just dive in. If you are struggling, get in there and give it a shot. Three
Yeah.
sessions, see
What
what
have
you
you
can
got to
do.
lose basically is the way I see it. It's like
Exactly. You'd do the same if it was a different type of therapy, wouldn't you?
yeah.
So yeah. And so finally, what are you kind of doing now that you couldn't do before, or what was sort of preventing you from doing, or felt anxious about doing?
I'm living my life again. I feel strong, I feel empowered, I feel good. I feel, as I say, I feel like me. I can be me. I can help others. I can see the little things in life now that like I maybe didn't see before. I can see the little things that make me happy and give me joy that didn't before, that I was like brushing over before. I feel like you've like given me a new like sense of being able to see things in a different way. And I feel like I see the light now. That's what it feels
Oh,
like.
that is so lovely. And it's just in time for your wedding, really, because
Yeah.
there's no way I would want you to go into your wedding feeling like you did
I
before.
know that was it. As I was also like, I kind of stopped with the planning. I was getting a bit like all overwhelmed with it all. I was just feeling rubbish, and now I'm like, I've dived right back into it. I'm like all so excited again, and yeah, just life
I'm
feels
excited
good.
for you. You're just gonna shine, aren't you? On your special day. It's so good. Okay, so in one sentence, then it might be quite difficult. What would you say silent counseling has given to you?
Me, it's giving me
Oh,
me.
oh, it's giving you back.
Yeah.
That's so precious. Thank you so much. I'm
No,
so
no,
grateful
thank
for you
you.
sharing your story with the world. And like you said, if we can tell more people about how it can help, the numerous issues that we all have, no matter where we are in life or who we are in life, we've all got things that we've buried deep down. And I think it's just really important to share that with the world, that there is something out there and you don't need to talk about it and you don't need to find another counsellor to relive it all.
Yeah,
It can just go
it can go
in the
without all that
silence.
horribleness. Yeah.
So that's wonderful. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this story with the world. I really appreciate it. And I
No,
can't wait to
thank
see you on
you.
your wedding day.